Hello, hello. Let's do it. We got some people in. I'm going to play some music. I better be on my altar. Hi. Hi guys. Is it too dark? Should I open the window more? I kind of want to leave it a little bit darker in here just because I'm feeling my Samhain vibes. Hi Tanj. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. I'm here burning some incense with my candles lit on my altar. I might do an altar tour and a Scully tribe video, or I must say a few videos because I have a lot of Scullys now, and I don't think I could do one whole video about them. It would take me hours. Oh, Shelby, it's okay. Take as long as you need. Trust me, I know how it is. I have packages that I need to still send out that I haven't been able to send out. Like postal service is crazy here. And then like it's expensive if it's international. And then even within the US sometimes it can be very pricey, especially now going into like Thanksgiving and then Christmas time. They charge an arm and a leg for mail to be able to send packages. We can see you. It's not too dark. Perfect. All right, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Yesterday was Tuesday and it was Tarot Tuesday, but I was in this funk that I couldn't get out of. Like I was slumpy and I was off. It was my first time off since I had gotten back to work from vacation, and I was so drained. And yesterday was just like a slummy day in bed, just bored and trying to set up a printer that I got. And I went thrifting. I only got 3 things, which I was proud of myself because I've been doing really good while thrifting. I bought this for $2.99, and it's a beautiful like plate with these birds on it, and this gold. And I got this for $2.99, and I think this is actually a butter dish. That's what it might be actually, but I'm using it for my big smudge to just sit on my altar. So that's why I have my smudge sitting on. And then I also found this for $1.99. And I think this is a piece of birch. And I know I like the fact that it has this like representation from the bark itself. It's almost like a symbol of the goddess, almost like a womb symbol, but it's the natural bark is on it like that. So I thought that was cool. So I'm using this for my. I literally woke up a little while ago, by the way, so I'm still a little bit like, for my Baba Yaga. She's over here in this corner. You guys can't see her right now, but I got this for her because in her mythology, she lives in a birchwood forest. That is her surroundings. And then sitting on top of that wood wooden stand, I have my snake holding this egg I had thrifted a while ago. I probably never showed this, I don't remember. But it's this beautiful seashell egg. And if you know me, you know that I work with Yemaya, and she is the goddess of the ocean, the Orisha of the ocean. And so this is a dedication of her, along with the serpent, because Yemaya's energy can be very destructive, and she has a very wild nature to her, very like hurricane like, monsoon, like she can be very beautiful because she is basically Mother Nature, the earth, the sea itself, but at the same time she can be very destructive. So this is more of a darker aspect of her that I keep by the side of Baba Yaga, but I have my Yemaya separate to this particular piece. It's just a piece to represent her on my working altar. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys that stuff. Oh, I got something else that I cannot believe I got for $1.99. I'm gonna show you guys before we start. I'm squirreling because yesterday I was such a like lazy bum in bed, and then like today I have all this energy. Like today I woke up and on admin chat for Mama Squirrel, like we were having a shadows talk and about like our shadow work or our personal, our the things we don't talk about, or the things we hide about ourselves and oppress about ourselves, whatever those darker experiences may be. We tend to bottle them up and keep them away, but the best way to deal with them is accepting them, which is not always an easy thing. But you come, and especially there's something about this Samhain season that it brings it to you, whether it's the loss of loved ones or loved ones that come back because the veil is thinner, or even ancestors visitations and things like that. But even your darker aspects come to haunt you around this season. They come to taunt you. If you haven't faced them and even when you face them, they come back to remind you that, it is something you went through, you lived through, So it's almost like this Samhain season is a season for remembrance. Is a season where now is when you take it all in, what you've been through this past year, and now is when you give it that kick. And it's supposed to help you become more aware. And when you face these shadows, that we each have different shadows. And what I mean by shadows is not anything like maybe it's evil that you've done. It could be, I don't know, like it could be an addiction. It could be, what else can I think of? Like harm that you've put out there, or just things that you're not proud of yourself doing. And it's okay because we're not perfect, we're human. But thank you, honey, Outlet Moon. I wanted to do makeup, but I might just do it tomorrow for Samhain. But because I got up a little while ago and I was going through the book for the Tarot of Vampires and underlining the notes that I was missing. So I did that when I woke up. I had some coffee and then I got ready, but I wasn't going to do like a full face of makeup. But I might do it tomorrow. So in this season, even if you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to think about it or anything like that, these things, they come back to you because the veil is thinner. It's like we can it's the one time where these feelings, these emotions, spirits, you know they come back, or it's easier for them to creep in, or almost as if they have a connection into like a portal to be able to walk in, like an open door. You get what I'm saying? Like, this door might be jammed throughout the year and they can't get in, but it gets to the point that where the door opens and they are able to cross over, try to communicate, whether it's spirits, or shadows, things that we really evolve. We become more once you receive the things that you've been through in life, and you face them to the point that you went through them, you experienced them, but you allowed that to heal inside of you. And that is not easy. It might cause you pain, you might cry, you might need to see a therapist just to have someone to talk to, or a best friend, or but it's the way you heal yourself that counts. You got to heal yourself in a healthy way too. Like, drinking and going out and partying and just trying to forget about all your problems and things like that is not a healthy choice either. You have to look at yourself when these things hit you and just go through it, whatever it takes to let it go. Mourn it all. Cry it all out till you can't cry no more. And then that's when you overcome these shadows, and you will always have that particular shadow or event, or whatever you want to call it. But when it comes in remembrance to you around this time, because there's a lot that comes around this time of year. And so that's really what it is. The spirit world has a connection through where they can communicate during this time of year, and that's just how it is. So yesterday I was in a funk, and I was getting, my shadows were getting the best of me. And then this morning we had an awesome admin chat, Mama Squirrels chat, and we're good, and I'm ready to receive this new year, And I think my parents are home. So get ready for like a lot of noise. I've been in the shadow pit lately. It's not meant to be easy, but has to be done to grow. Yes, and the quicker we let it go, whatever it is, and I know it's not easy, but the quicker you face it and you admit it and you accept it. Hey, maybe this is not the proudest thing about me, or the thing that I'm proudest of that I've ever done, but you want to start a fresh start, you want to let go of certain things, almost like a cleansing of the stages you've been through, and you unlock them. It's like a checklist of each of your shadows. You can prepare a checklist. That's even a perfect idea right there. Prepare a checklist of your shadows, or these certain things that discomfort you and don't let you sleep at night, and and it could be anything. It could be a disease, it could be, like I said, an abuse you've been through, or if you've ever stolen, or if you ever harmed somebody, or if you ever killed somebody, or I'm just saying, these are different shadows or things that someone would not be proud of doing, you know and then you just create this list. You can burn it in your cauldron or in a little bowl, a fireproof bowl, please. And you face and meditate on these things one by one. And it might cause you to cry. It might cause you to even like puke or throw up, or you might feel sick for a day. Like if you meditate on these things, you get what I'm saying? Because it's things that they they stir up inside of you. This is stirring up inside of you, and you don't release it. You just keep taking and keep taking. That's what we tend to do. We don't tend to let it out. Like, oh, I did this, I'm sorry, and let it out. We tend to bottle it in and pull it down to a dark pit corner of our soul, and we just let it sit there. And then that's what we tend to do as beings. That's what we tend to do. And then we don't attend to these shadows and things like that, and so they come back to taunt us. So that's how I see it anyway. That's just my experience with it. Hi, Steven. We tend to let these shadows linger inside of us and just sit there and stir, and they come back, and we don't solve it. When we face them, that's when we truly change. We accept them. You face it and accept it. This was a stage of my life where I went through this and that, and you let go of any pain and any loss, and that's not easy. It's not easy, but it can be done. It can be done. Surround yourself with people that you care about and care about you. Surround yourself with good friends. Surround yourself good energy. Surround yourself with people that keep your spirits up and make you want to live a healthy life, and don't overdo it, and harm your body either, because this is also a time of healing yourself and treating yourself good and maintaining your health and your stamina and your strength. So it also you can also include diet in there as well, because in one way or another we are what we eat. I see it that way, in a sense, where if you're eating crap, you're gonna feel like crap and things like that. Make yourself good stuff, nice food. If you're gonna eat out, get a decent plate of food. Hi, Mama. Thank you for coming. That's awesome. Samhain dinner. I still haven't started yet. You guys are not late. I've been chatting. I've shown them the thrifting finds. I haven't showed them the treasure that I found for 199 yet, which I'll show now. But I was talking about shadows, and how in this time of year the spirit world has a connection to cross over, almost like the door that's been locked the entire year is unlocked and already peeped open, and they can just push the door and it'll open, and so they can cross over. That's the way I describe it. I perceive it in like a spiritual kind of way. So I was telling them how when we lock up, or we lock up inside ourselves certain shadows or things that we've gone through in life, or maybe we're not proud of going through in life, and sometimes, well, most of the times we don't face them, and we just lock them away and put them away. And so it's inevitable that around this time of year, because of the energy and the spirits being able to cross over, this is a time where your shadows can also taunt you. And it's a time that we should really take into consideration, and also benefit from it, because it's a time where you can really meditate and work on these shadows. And so you face them, and that might not be the easiest thing to do, but once you face them and you conquer them, and they're there, and that's something that will always be there. But once you face them and you accept those things about you, and you know that you're a better person, these shadows are what molded you to become the person you are today. And you should always be proud of the person you are today, and you should always want to keep growing and learning and becoming a better person. And you know, if you've caused harm in the past, and you repent from it, or you changed, and and you've been hurt too. So if you've been hurt too, that also has to do with it. But it's a time where all this energy and chaos is coming around, correct? And so it you have to take this time to where you can work your shadows to your equilibrium, and you can balance yourself and prepare yourself to accept what you've been through this past year, and become and evolve into someone better, and keep climbing the ladder, or keep going up the stairs step by step. Don't ever like go backwards. Keep growing. Yeah, Spirit's been fucking with me bad right now too. Oh my god, for real. I thought about that, mama. I thought about that. All right, guys. So the last thing I found at the thrift for $1.99, and I can't believe I found this, is the classic tarot. And it is the Rider-Waite, of course, but it was completely sealed. I broke the seal last night right here. But I got that for $1.99. And it brings the A.E. Waite book, the Pictorial Key to the Tarot. And the book is, it has the pictures. So I might just rip these out because I got it for $1.99. I might just rip these out and make a tarot journal out of the Rider-Waite and just paint them in with markers and color pencils my own way. So I kind of have my own weight deck, but they're obviously paper. The Minor Arcana just has very like small meanings, but I mean it's the whole deck. So I thought that was kind of cool. It brings out a fold out that I'm never gonna use. I like the Hangman though. I could cut this out and use him in a journal or something. So this deck I've had this deck, but it's a little bit different than the one I had. It's more yellow. This is the one with the plaid blue backs, but it came completely sealed. It was completely sealed. I literally opened it. And I was like, $1.99? What the fuck? And I looked for anything else, because when I find one thing that I feel is witchy, I'm like, okay, so if there's one thing witchy, they probably had a whole bin full of witchy stuff at one point, or it's something that just came in. So I found this in like the kids board games, but I went through like the book section after this and like the figurines, because I'm like, a witch donated. There was a witch here. A witch was here in the thrift store. There was a witch around, and she donated some of her stuff. So I'm like, what else can I find that's witchy? So, but I didn't find nothing else. I was lucky to find this though. I used to have this deck and I gave it away on a trade, but it wasn't the same. I feel like the one I had was more muted. I feel this one is way brighter. And this is like the regular, but I might actually want to play with this. And because I only paid $1.99 for this, and I could get another copy of this on Amazon, and I've had a copy of this, it's not hard to find. And I have the Centennial copy also, the one that looks kind of vintagey with the green backs and the white flower and the white borders in the back. And then in the front, they're borderless. I think, yes. So I might just use this, use them in tarot journals and stuff to kind of like make a journal, paste them into the page, and kind of like even do artwork around it. And on the opposite page, do different like symbolisms that goes with the card and the Rider-Waite, like kind of like a Rider-Waite journal type thing. But again, I might just do that with the images in the book, because I love them. They're a good size. and you can rip them up, cut them, paste them, and color them your own way. So I think I might do that. So I found that at the thrift store. And then now, I love the Rider Waite deck. I love it too, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I enjoy decks that step away from Rider Waite. Like even the Tower of Vampires that we're doing the study on. Some of it is Rider Waite based-ish, but some of it is really not. This one's more based on Vampire Legends and stuff like that, but I'm enjoying this study. I had read through some of the pages for the 3 cards that we pulled last time, but I hadn't highlighted or underlined nothing. So today when I woke up, I was having a cup of coffee and I was just like underlining. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I cannot stress this enough. This book is awesome. If you're not into vampires and you don't want the deck, seek out the book or buy the deck just for the book. The deck is amazing. I love it for this time of year. I like it. For a vampire deck, I like it. Then once you edge it, it's amazing. So I've told you guys what my book looks like, right? Like all of that. This is the Justice card, which the Justice card is really long. Which we're gonna go over Justice. And this is all the Shadow. Which I'm not what we've been going through is not the Shadow. I think that depending on how this goes with the Tower of Vampire study and how much I connect with it, if I do really good with it and with the study that I'm doing of each card, then I can go back and maybe I could do like a Shadow series with the Tower of Vampires, and then I'll study the Shadow aspect of the cards. Have a great day, excellent blessings to you going into work. All right, Shelby, have an amazing day at work. Mwah, thank you for coming. Doesn't excite me, I mean. The Rider Waite, Rider Waite doesn't excite me either unless it's like a vintage cool one or like neon colored one or crazy colored one. So I'm really thinking with that book, that's what I want to do. I want to cut them up, paste them in a tarot book journal, color them my own way, the Rider Waite, and then going with the meanings and stuff. All right, let's get into Phantasmagoria, which is the name of the book that accompanies the Tower of Vampires by Ian Daniels, who is also the creator of the book, which is an amazing freaking book that can be used with any tarot deck. This book is a treasure. It's freaking amazing. It's just amazing. I love this book. All right, guys. So I pulled Justice. That freaking glare. I pulled Justice. That glare. She's awesome. She has these 2 cauldrons above her. And she looks better in person. It's just that glare. But she's awesome. And she has that symbol of Libra right there by the sword. She's really cool. There's a lot of women in this deck, like very like Vixen type energy, but they're really cool. The 3 of Skulls. This one has a really, the study of this card is amazing. I am in love with the study of this card that I'm learning and the meaning behind this vampire character. The idea behind this card is based on a couple of different types of mythologies, and they mention it in the book. Justin, Amazon has the deck with the book. That's how I bought it. I've seen the book sold separately. The book name is Phantasmagoria by Ian Daniels. But I bought the copy of the deck on Amazon, and I probably paid like 18 or 19 bucks for this, probably. Maybe 16. And it comes in a really good box, the deck and the book. I got the deck with the book because I wanted the deck and the book. Yes, and Steven also got it. Sound of an Ocean Wave. Steven, he also has the deck. That book is really good, Steven. It really, really is. It's a really good book. I've gotten into the book. I'm not gonna lie. So this is an awesome character that we're gonna learn about. And the third card, which is actually something I learned a lot because so in the deck, according to the book, I'm not sure if that's how it is in every deck. I haven't paid attention to this, but in the detail of this card, which is the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Scepters, it speaks about how this card is the first card in the Minor Arcana, and it starts from this card. It all begins with the Ace of Wands. So I don't know if that's true or not, but according to the book in the Tarot of Vampires, that's what it describes. So I'm gonna go with that. So those are the three cards that I pulled. I'm gonna show you guys the Sun card because Mama Squirrel just went through the Sun card last night. And I wanted to show you guys the Sun card from Tarot of Vampires, which I know she showed you guys. I think, I'm not sure. But this is it. And I love it. It's a different Sun card, but I really love the skull in the back, the energy, the roses around them, you know, that happiness. And then he's like a demon, and she's like a vampire queen. Almost like a forbidden love or that ecstasy of love. That true love, you know. Almost like that love of we're not supposed to be together, but we want to be together type. That's how I see this Sun card. That butterflies in your stomach when you're with that one person. You know what I mean? Like that happiness, that giggliness that you feel inside. That's what I get from this image. I haven't done the Sun card in the book yet, but I should. I did do Death, and I gave Death its own video. And the concept of death in this deck is amazing. It is by far the best meaning of death that can really describe death and rebirth and, you know, the passing of someone. Sun kills vampires. Yes, according to some vampire legends. Maybe it doesn't, but I think so too. I think they would burn. Or maybe they are being burned. They don't really show that. But imagine if they were trapped there and they were both placed there to be burned by the sun. And they're just embracing each other, loving each other, because their love is so forbidden that they put them in the sun to burn. My dad. I don't know why he gotta be on the phone all day and come over here in my room and disturb. Hi, Don. Walking my path. How are you? I'm doing great. Hi, Johnny. How are you? All right, guys. So let's go with back to the chat. I'm sorry, I scrolled away. Hi, Silver Willow. Been walking in the woods. Oh, how beautiful. Did you find any treasures? Did you find any mushrooms or magical herbs, or maybe even, any bones? Sometimes you find bones depending where you go hiking. I'm just been kind of overhand shuffling the deck. The Two of Swords in this deck is really cool too, but we're not talking about her today. All right, guys. So the first card that I pulled was Justice. We're gonna talk about Justice for a little bit. There were mushrooms and squirrels everywhere. Sadly, no bones today. Oh, but mushrooms and squirrels, that sounds amazing. I love, there's something about this time of year when you go hiking in a woodland area or things like that, like the scent of like the dried up burnt leaves, and already it's starting to cool, and the crispy air, and then the trees have no leaves almost already, and they're all very hauntingly looking. It's something about this time of year. Hi, Kay. Oh, thank you. This hat. So I got this hat at the wig store for like $2 or $3. And then this pin I had from the thrift store. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna make one of those like gypsy hats, or Harry Houdini hats, Zoltar, my crystal ball, which is over here. My beautiful selenite crystal ball. Oh, my incense finished. Of course, I've been talking so much shit. 37 minutes in and I haven't even started. Oh my god. Thank you, Don. It's snowing big flakes finally. Hopefully it sticks this time. Oh, that's so cool, honey Olive Moon. It's still like 94 degrees in South Florida. I have a selenite ball too, but not as large as yours, Exen. I love it. I love selenite spheres. It doesn't matter what size. I have actually the only I have a glass sphere, which is pretty big. I got that at Earthbound Trading. Check their website. If there's no Earthbound in your closest mall, check their website, Earthbound Trading Company. Look for them online, and you can order from their website. And they have crystal balls, like a witchy shop, very gypsy boho clothing, and they sell crystals and things like that. I've gotten a couple of those scullies from them, but check them out for some crystal balls. And then this one I got at the thrift store for like $4. And I love the bubbles on it. And it actually has one flat bottom, so I'm able to stand it up on a stand. And this actually works for meditating because of the symbols inside. You can kind of see different, almost in candlelight, it looks like it's moving. Almost like if it has liquid inside. And then my biggest sphere is obviously my selenite sphere. My beautiful selenite sphere. And she's heavy. And look at those beautiful. She almost looks like the moon. And that's what I use her for, moon energy on my altar. She's on my goddess side of the altar. But she's heavy and huge. She's almost the size of my face. I got a good deal on that one. And then my smallest spheres, they're like little baby spheres, and I love them. I have a snowflake obsidian sphere, and I have a Dalmatian jasper sphere. And they're little, but I love them. I think they're so cute. Then I also have, since we're talking about spheres, 40 minutes in, and I still haven't even spoken about vampires. I have a smoky quartz sphere. This one's like a little bit bigger than a golf ball. And then I have this smoky citrine sphere, which I love this sphere. Get into the details. You probably won't be able to see much in it, but there's some rainbows in there. This one, let's see. Oh, right there. You see those rainbows in there. It is so beautiful. And then it almost looks like a city in there or an entire world. You see how that just grabs the light? That's the smoky citrine. I love this one. And then this one I love too. This is smoky quartz, and I love smoky quartz. I love smoky quartz. These are awesome. They might be a little expensive. I know this one I paid in a witchy shop. I paid like $40 for this. But I liked it. I wanted it. It's real smoky quartz, and I really, really love it. And this is a smoky citrine. I got a good deal on this one, and this one came in a little kit that I bought from someone on Instagram, and I think I'm not even gonna mention it. I have to look it up. But I follow different people on Instagram, and they sell crystals online, and this is from one of them. I think this is mystical. Oh my god, I don't remember. I don't remember, guys, but I'll link her up. I got a couple cool things from her when I got this. I was thinking about doing a Scully Tribe tour and an altar tour. Sorry, I'm like a little bit a bismuth skull hexen. Wait, what? My favorite of yours is that bismuth skull hexen. Where'd you get it again? My bismuth skull I got on my trip to Virginia, and I got it at a witchy shop named Mystic Moon, and I loved that shop. And I brought Lumina from there. Someone named her Lumina, and I loved her. I got her for $20, and she's an agate, but she has this beautiful like caramel banding inside of her, and she almost has little speckles inside. So I'm thinking she might have some type of dendritic in there also, but I'm not sure. Um, it's just inside. If I look at it, there's imperfections inside of her. You won't be able to see it in here, but inside of this, there's like she has this spotting inside that I can see through the light. That I don't think you guys will be able to see it there, but oh yeah, there you see the dots. These dots that you see here, they're all over the inside. You just can't really see it that well here, but in this whole banding is made by different spots inside of that same color. So I don't know if that might be considered part of a dendritic or something, but I don't know. I've never seen an agate like this, but I love her. I think she's awesome. Her name is Lumina. And then the Bismuth Scully, I haven't gotten a name from him yet. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I fell in love with him. He is not shy. He actually has a strong energy. A little too strong for me right now because of the things I've been dealing with and with my shadow work taking over and all these things. I haven't really I've been avoiding him. I've been avoiding him. but this is him, and he's an elongated skull. He is very, very, very. He's a troublemaker. So okay, so I'm thinking this guy has to be part of my Super Seven gang. I have a gang, yes. I have a gang in my Scully tribe called the Super Seven, and they're the guardians of my baby Super Seven crystal. They guard this crystal. They sit on my bedside altar, which is my Gaia altar. I do, I swear, I have a gang. They're called the Super Seven, and they're seven Scullys. But I feel like he's either going to have his own gang or have to end up being part of that gang. Give me 1 second. My husband is calling me. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? Mm. All right, I'm here. I'm home. I'm doing a live. Tired of vampires. I didn't go on yesterday, so the Tired of Vampires study that I'm doing. All right, I'll see you here. Bye. Love you too. Bye. All right. Hello. Yes, we are all listening, Josh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I haven't taken the time to get to know him. I know that he's a little troublemaker. He has a lot to say. He is a loudmouth, and the only reason why I think he'll belong in the gang is because he is. I think he might be. He's not the smallest Scully. This is one of the small Scullys from Peru that I have. It's there's twins of these. I think they're soapstone or something, and that's what they look like. But they're a little bit smaller than him. He's around their size, but he's definitely longer. He almost has like a snout kind of. He's very, very different. And I like the inside part of him. You can see the inside, how they formed him with the bismuth in different colors inside. Looks so beautiful. I think he's really cool. Under the lighting, he looks better. But I did want to keep this ambiance. All right, guys. I need to get started talking about this tarot because I'm 48 minutes in. I cannot believe I went live with the Tarot of Vampires and I've spoken about everything but the Tarot of Vampires. I apologize. So if you guys are in to stay with me another roughly 35 minutes, you can. So we can learn about the Tarot of Vampires. Oh god. I squirreled like big time today. Okay, guys. That's also because I rode the bus earlier. You are worse than me. I'm sorry. It's because I wasn't on yesterday and I was in this funk, and then after this morning's chat, Mama, I kind of like I got up, I put the laundry in, it's washing, I ate breakfast, drank my coffee, I went through the cards in the book, I highlighted, underlined, and then like I'm gonna go live. I rode the bus, I prepared my altar, I came on live, and I spoke about everything else except for the Tarot of Vampires. As long as I can make it to work tomorrow. Hi, long hair, skinny, I told. You haven't missed anything, long hair, skinny, I told. I've been talking crap. And I haven't started my chart of vampires. As long as it takes. Oh, thank you, Kay. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. The first card I drew was the Justice card. And there we go. Now you see the lighting. That looks better. The colors are beautiful. I'll pull the card back up when we go over the imagery of the card. Justice. 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 All right, Justice. Trump of Libra. Ruled by Venus, Saturn exalted. The ruler of the balance. The essence, the law of karma, centering balance and equilibrium. Healing, precise judgment and coordination. Equality, fairness, and being impartial. Finding our inner center with full awareness and objective perception. Destiny, accepting your past actions and setting a new course. Wisdom, legal matters, acquiring rewards, being accountable, and composure. The essence is like what the card represents, like an overall, what the card itself represents. So the message from this card stands for clear and objective perception. It is about observing and balancing factors relating to our question. It is time for responsibilities to be accepted, accounts settled, and to turn away from external action to become clearer about our inner motives. The result of attaining the equilibrium contained in the card is a feeling of purpose and calm, leading to an inner understanding of our destiny. Often, the Justice card speaks directly of healing because it is about keeping systems functioning in unison. In this case, the physical system of our bodies, food intake, blood flow, and nervous system. The Justice card reveals that we are in a situation where we must be fair, impartial, and seek out the truth. This may involve issues of legality or an issue in which we must act as a mediator. In many cases, this card appears when we are compelled to act as a counselor, either for another or for ourselves, in relation to the subject of the reading. Justice often appears when we are concerned with doing what is right or making sure we receive our due. It may be that we need to bring a situation into equilibrium or a balance. That we must first compose and center ourselves in order to move forward. Everything needs to be in balance in order to maintain an honest, clear path. Yes, Kay, exactly. Exactly. Central to this card is the concept of karma, universal balance, is sustained by subtle adjustments, realigning any fluctuation from the equilibrium through an opposing fluctuation. It is a regulation of nature, and so it's purely natural. Viewing it as a scientific principle helps us to understand it. Justice is not only a weighing of accounts, it is also the flow of delicate compensations which prevents everything from veering into chaos. So it's all that, and it's funny how this card is speaking about balance with everything going on, in this time for many of us, it's a time of year where we face our shadows and things like that, and we prepare ourselves, and sometimes we even go into a hibernation state at this time, you know, where we just go silent and we mourn through the winter, and then with the coming of spring we, you know, come back. So it's funny that I put this last week and we're reviewing it today, and it has a lot to do with even the way that I woke up feeling today, keeping that balance. Like the minuscule adjustments made by a moth through the direction of its wings beats, these infinite amendments and compensations establish balance and direct movement. Understanding the karmic balancing behind the eternal flow of life gives us insight into our own effect on events and why certain events or encounters are evident in our lives. The cause we set in motion at one time is returning to us as an effect. Justice helps us to see how we choose our situation through our past thoughts and actions. Other ideas that present themselves through these karma principles are, first, the realization that with one state of being, its opposite is not possible. And second, that whatever we give out is returned to us to compensate. Giving out affection leads to affection being returned, while giving out anger returns anger to us to replace that which we projected out of us. In the tarot, justice represents the understanding that life is ultimately fair and just. Sometimes justice is a signal to do what needs to be done. We need to weigh matters carefully and perhaps make important decisions about our future course. It requests us to pay very close and objective attention to the situation. It got a little bit dimmer in here. All right. I think, guys, that after we're done with justice, I might take a little break and then come back. This is a lot. I shouldn't have squirreled away in the beginning. Okay, I can do this. Okay, I'll finish. If you guys are up to it, I'll finish. Now we're going into the analysis and symbolism of the art in this card. Did you know that today, tomorrow, and Friday are the most powerful divination days of the whole year? I didn't. Is that maybe why I feel a little bit drained? I feel like I'm giving myself a reading, okay? Because Justice is kicking my ass right now. She is letting me have it because of the way that I've been feeling. She is making her presence known. The whole year, yes, conserve some energy. Okay. Here we go, Justice. Should I name her Karma? That's really what it represents, karma and balance. The vampire is well known to have intensely heightened senses, She tastes the blood and the whispers in a silent breeze. Every ethereal particle pulses through her body into her mind. See, if I put it directly, you guys, that glare won't let you see. That's why I have to tilt it a little bit. Every ethereal particle pulses through her body into her mind, reconnecting her with the knowledge of its nature buried deep inside her. Being in perfect equilibrium with the nature of sensations around her grants her an understanding of them on a spiritual plane, resulting in psychic abilities. The sword is a symbol of justice and of the balancing of the four elements. Its point connects with the earth, signifying that our thoughts eventually manifest in our earthly reality. The two cauldrons of blood hang like scales in perfect counterbalance, as well as illustrating the karmic principles. They also imply that things, including people and ideas, are of equal worth, although with different qualities. This card is ruled by Venus with Saturn exalted and is the card of Libra. I am a Libra, so this represents me. Mama, you can go in earlier. I won't be here that long. The other two cards are minor cards, so the information is shorter than Justice. I mean, you still get a really good amount of information though for the minor as well. This book is really, really good. This points to the card having strong feminine qualities of healing and inner peace. Saturn's influence gives Justice a slow and precise nature, connecting her with the mechanics of the earth. She is never satisfied and constantly makes adjustments. She is the center of past and present. She is the scales of equality and impartial judgment on one hand, but the sword of decision and justice on the other. The Egyptian goddess Maat is the goddess of justice, and in the hall of the underworld, named after her, the heart of a person is balanced against a feather. If the heart is heavier than the feather, the impure heart is devoured by a monster. The most basic concepts of this card is that of universal order, cause and effect, which reminds us that all things are in divine balance. Justice also relates to feeling the consequence of a past mistake or good deed, and to being confronted with the results of past actions. This card is shadow work. This card is shadow work. Facing it, facing those things that are keeping you away from being balanced. Being able to overcome these things. That'll get you to that balance that you need and you so desire. Justice also relates to the feeling the consequences of a past mistake or good deed, into being confronted with the result of past actions. In essence, the card represents total centeredness and inner balance, and being hypersensitive to alterations in our feelings, thoughts, or environment. Sensitivity gives us the power to make subtle adjustments in our state of being and behavior in order to keep perfect poise and to navigate the flow of the everlasting. A great time for an in-depth upcoming year spread. Yes. I feel like I'm doing it without even trying to. Okay, yes. That's what I was referring to. And that's what took a long time in the beginning of this live. I went into a rant about shadow work because I feel that because the portal to the spirit world is in connection with ours, and that flow of energy comes around our environment, It's almost as if our shadows come knocking on our door, or while we're sleeping or in dream state or whatever. They come like, hello, I'm here, how are you, I came to visit you, remember me? So it's kind of like this energy that by having that door open, or that door opening, because it's part of this time of year, and what really happens with the dead. I mean, it's not only witches, the witches new year and stuff like that. You have Dia de los Muertos on November 1st, which celebrates the dead. In Mexico and even other regions of the world, they celebrate the dead this time of year. So it's almost as if our shadows, they come knocking on our door like, hey, remember me? So there's this feeling of remembrance where it is inevitable for these things to show back up in our feelings, in our dreams, the way we feel, the way we wake up, our daily lives, or even if it's in our minds and our memories and things like that. It's almost as if this is the time to face these things. It's the time to overcome them, fight them, accept yourself, accept them, and know that they're there, but they are what molded you to be the better person you are today, or the better person you want to be tomorrow. Because we keep growing, and none of us are perfect, and we still make mistakes sometimes. And it's from these mistakes that we take and we lift ourselves back up. But you got to take that lift back up. If you are making mistakes and just sitting there and be like, oh well, another mistake, oh well, another, you get what I'm saying? It's a repetitive pattern. And this time of year is about grabbing and picking all those pieces from the puzzle that got smashed away. Or I'm going to compare it to a tarot card. The tower card just got knocked down, the tower. Boom. It crumbled and went everywhere. So now is the time to pick up these pieces that form this tower and start rebuilding and rebuilding yourself. It's a time of, I'm also gonna talk about give me 1 second, guys. So it's really a time of rebuilding yourself. I also see it as when a caterpillar forms its cocoon. That's what, when I mentioned earlier, almost as if we go into a hibernation where we lock ourselves up, and we tend to swallow all this with us and bury it deep inside of us. And that's the worst thing we can do with our shadows. The quicker you face them, the quicker you fight them, and you just let them go. And this is not easy. And that's why we tend to lock them up, because most of the time it's easier to lock them up and drag them down to this bottom dark pit inside of you, and you just let them there till they come bite you in the ass, or they come knocking on your door. But, Hexen, you should have written all of that down. Written what down? The shadow work stuff? I'm confused, Kay. Author? Huh? That's why I totally deny any shadow work that tries to come away until after sign. What? Nope, no shadow work needed. I know, but I feel like it's inevitable sometimes. I do. Like last night, I felt yucky. Like, I felt like horrible, which is why I didn't do Tarot Tuesday. And then I'm like, well, just go tomorrow, even though it's Wednesday, you know. I'll be like, sorry, guys. I'm a day behind. But today we had a good chat on admin chat with Mama Squirrel this morning, and it really made me feel better. Shadow work around this time of year tries to creep in, and if you let it, it'll come and get you. Right by your legs when you're sleeping at night. It'll tug at your leg. Hi, I'm here. It's my time of year. Remember me? I have never tried shadow work. Long hair skinny, I told what I'm saying is sometimes you don't have to try shadow work, kind of like your shadow comes to chase you, you know, and it's totally fine. Shadow work is really good. It's hard to do sometimes, where it's where we dig into those parts of ourselves that we might not are not always proud of, or things that have changed us in life, or we've been through certain pains and things like that. And and then you face them and you meditate on them and you overcome them and you accept them. It's not like you go back and erase them, but you know they were there, you know they molded you, you know you're a better person now, and so you take from it. And the advantage of it is when it's remembrance time and that shadow comes back, you're like, I defeated you, you know, you know, it's okay. It happened and I'm good and I'm different now and I'm a better person and that's it. And it kind of like drifts away till remembrance time comes around again, and it'll just pass you by. And you know, it's something, it doesn't always go away, but it's a memory that's there, a remembrance. And then once you give it its remembrance and you're like, hey, I know you're there, but you don't affect me anymore. You know, that cause and effect is already gone. All right, guys, I've been an hour and 12 minutes. I am going to just finish these two cards and then I'll go. Because I really want to do the Three of Skulls. The Three of Skulls is the Three of Pentacles, but this card is awesome. I'm gonna get into this. This is awesome. You guys need to hear this because I think it's the last one I marked. Yes. Hi, Dustin. I didn't see you come in. Thank you for coming in. That's awesome. You're here. Thank you. The Three of Skulls is the Three of Pentacles. She's awesome. I love the mythology. She has this spinning wheel, and she's spinning this web of life. And there's a lot of symbolism in this card, which I'm gonna go through after we go through the signification. So in the alchemy part of this card, it's associated with Mars in Capricorn. In the Tree of Life, it's associated with Bina, or the Earth. Understanding the Earth, development of material form. So it literally represents materialization, when you like the intention, and once you put in that intention, then comes the manifestation. That's what to me it represents. According to the book, that's what it's saying. The development of matter, work, creative powers and talents, vocation, gradual development, stabilization, preparation, getting the job done, self-confidence and duty to oneself, teamwork, recognition, self-realization, or economic growth through hard work and determination. Mastering new challenges. I hate the glare, guys. I apologize. There's a spider back there. There's a skull with horns. There's blue rose. There's a serpent wrapping around. There's a really cool deck. I hate it. The only the only thing I would change, I really wish that they would make this less glossy. And it wouldn't, I don't necessarily mean like full matte, but I really wish they would do more like a matte version to this. I think it would be epic. Epic. They're so shiny, but when you're looking at them, they're beautiful. It's just the glare. The coloring is very beautiful in the artwork too. Yes, is okay. So I wonder, is the Dark Mansion Tarot rose petal finish? Because I like that softness to it. I have the regular version, but I love that. I know it's a thicker cardstock, but that waxiness, I guess, feel of it, is that what rose petal is? Like a satin. Okay. So the Three of Skulls. I'm going to go over the meaning and then the symbolism. The matter at hand demands an increased sense of identity and purpose. A need to establish a firm foundation through planning and preparation is revealed here, along with the willingness to work steadily in order to assert the power of growth. A period of stabilization, a period of stability may be ahead and is worth working for in order to achieve long-term wishes. This card foretells the manifestation of a desire, project, or situation through putting in the hard work now, leading to abundant rewards. At this time, a harmonic and coherent structure is forming on our behalf. The investment of labor in an external or physical direction will soon be rewarded, and our goals will be reached. Demanding work may soon be necessary to bring about our desires. By organizing our resources and engaging in the joy of creativity, we will eventually succeed. The time is right to build the structures on which the next card, the Four of Skulls, can be established. I didn't pull the Four of Skulls, so I'm not going to go through that card. But I will try and keep note that it is associated with the Three of Skulls. The continuous steady labor is the act of creation. I'm squirreling away. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. Rose Petal Finish is my new favorite cards. I do. I like Rose Petal Finish also. I can't believe I've been on an hour and almost 20 minutes. Guys, if I'm boring you, let me know. There's a lot to these cards, but this is why I love the book. I'm happy that I'm taking the time to get to know this deck just because I enjoy it. I like it. I like the mythology of it, and it's gonna take me a while to go through this, but I like it. I'm enjoying it. The continuous steady labor is the act of creation, as well as representing work in general. The card is particularly concerned with works of art or a project that involves a passion for the task in hand. It is this passion, rather than financial reward, that fuels our desire. The influence of Bina, which is one of the Tree of Lives, one of the paths of the Tree of Lives. The influence of Bina in the element of earth, the physical, brings a spontaneous creativity, establishing the material from the idea and determining its basic form. All right, analysis and symbolism. The vampires depicted is the mystic weaver who winds the threads of being into the web of her design. This web is the tapestry of the eternal, from which the visible forms representing our reality emerge. Yet this is not the all-inclusive reality. Her spinning wheel represents the most basic physical workings of the universe, from which all possibilities can be created. The crystallizing forms of reality from the inexhaustible potential of the original source. So, from this web, then you can take and create. The web itself is where creation forms and is born from, but it is not the creation itself. You can take from this creation, pull, and create. That's what I'm taking from it. Much like the word sisters of Norse mythology, this is a part of the mythology that I really liked associated with this card. The vampiress spins secret meanings into life by the way of her web. She measures and cuts the threads of life, weaving them into the eternal, allowing her to know the hidden mysteries of life and death. The secret interconnectedness of everything and everyone in the universe is revealed to her. The Hindu concept of Indra's net is also evident here, teaching us that every person, being, an atom in the universe is a point in the net and is connected on the spiritual plane. When any point in the net is touched, all other points are affected. Each simply reflects the qualities of all the others. The fact that all points are a reflection of all others indicates the illusory nature of appearances. Appearances are thus not reality, but a reflection of reality. The fact that all points of light are simply reflections indicates that there is no single source that gives rise to all the points. This card encourages us to push past our comfort zone, to find a new level of connection with others and with the world around us. It is ruled by Mars in Capricorn. The energy is constructive and encompasses the link between the material intention of the Two of Skulls and the completed materialization of the Four of Skulls. Never boring, my love. Oh, thank you, Mama. I thought you'd probably be falling asleep. Arachne, yes. Arachne weaves. She weaves so well, pulling the connections of the multiverse through the spinning wheel. I love the fact that they touched on the word sisters from Norse mythology, but they also gave us a little bit of Hindu mythology. You know, I thought that was very interesting. They called it. I really want to look into that both of those. Word Sisters of Norse Mythology and Indra's Net. I like that name, Indra. Indra. Indra's Net. It's a Hindu concept. Right, and Mama Squirrels, this also reminded me, Mama Squirrel, you're always talking about this web of connection that transports all this energy all around. That with us discovering this web of connection, we're able to send healing or Reiki to our friends, or be able to connect with each other, no matter where around the world we are. Even YouTube is part of this web of connection, where there's all this source of information and energy coming from all different sides, and we're all just part of this one web. I really love the Three of Skulls here. It's basically the Three of Pentacles. I love the way it describes this card, and because of this, now I'm going to look for other Three of Pentacles and see where this can associate with it, or how is it different from this meaning of the card. Now my dog is going through it. Now there's someone knocking on the door, and I can't finish. Do I got a package? Me llegó un paquete. Ah, my husband's home. My husband's home.
Okay, see, ma'am, a couple of papers.
So the Ace of Scepters is the wands. Square, wait. Is there a package? No, there's no package. Not yet. My package from, is it Mystic Dragon's Lair? I'm bad with names. Is that Mama Squirrel Cassandra's shop, Mystic Dragon's Lair or Mystic Dragon Lair? Or Dragon Mystic Lair? Oh! Mystic Dragon's Lair. Okay. My first package is supposed to be here today, so I'm very excited about that. Hi, babe.
Hi.
You look cute. You look super duper cute.
Hi,
come over here. Come here. Say hi. What are you doing? You look super cute. How did it go? Did you get it?
My boss doesn't want to tell me, but she doesn't want to tell me, but she's like, oh, I gotta send the paper to Bridget. The Bridget has sent me back the paper.
And then you have to do all the paperwork and stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So when I see it, like in my face,
I'm almost done. Can you bring me a bottle of water from the fridge, please? I have one card to go. Okay, your husband is your package, right?
What they say?
Your husband is your package, because I'm waiting one of the packages from.
You don't need no more stuff.
No, it's not that I need no more stuff. It's stuff that I had on hold that I paid for. That's better. I feel like now I could talk more. I've been here for an hour and 26 minutes, and it's because I squirreled away from talking about the tarot and started showing a whole bunch of other stuff.
That's a new word.
What?
Squirreled away.
Well, you know, Mama Squirrel, and we're all her squirrels. And squirrels are very squirrely all over the place. Jen is laughing. You don't need no more stuff. That's what a husband does. Get used to it, right? All right, guys. The Ace of Scepters or the Ace of Wands. This is the last card. And then we'll do the three card draw. I think I'm gonna do 2 cards, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not noticing that by drawing 3 cards, I have to go through a lot of information. I could keep doing 3 cards, but we'll see. If I get a major in the next draw, then I'll only draw 2 cards because the majors take a lot of time to go through. No, that's death, which we spoke about death. The Ace of Scepters. The origin of the fire signs. The Kether, or the crown of fire. Essence of spiritual creativity. The essence of will, the divine spark. Great energy and power of creation, creative force, and divine inspiration. Beginnings. Revitalization power, revitalizing power that awakens after all obstructions have been removed. Movement and potential, pioneering, adventure, courage, decisiveness, following intuition, love of life. I see all those roses, they're beautiful. And of course, the roses, the blood rose has a lot to do with the deck. Not easy, huh? 1 card, bam, 2 hours. Oh my God, yes. I'm realizing now, just because there's a lot of detail in about this deck and these cards, and I want to take my time, and I feel like I have to speed it up now. But I think I'm gonna draw only 2 cards. See, this is what I mean. Even though the Ace of Scepters is a minor arcana card, look how much information you get for it. Starts right here. 1 page. 2, and 3, and that doesn't include the shadow. The shadow continues onto the next page. But this book is it's this book. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I get tarot decks, I usually try to skim through the guidebook a little bit. If it's Oracle, I have to understand it. But tarot deck is almost basically the same thing. But I really do like it when creators take the time to create a book that really goes into detail. Why did they choose the artwork? What inspires the artwork? Where did they get the idea from? Did they take it from a certain mythology or things like that? Like I love that Ian Daniels created the deck and is also the creator of this amazing book. I am very happy, and I applaud anyone who takes the time to create a good guidebook to go with the artwork that they've chosen or created, because that means a lot. This is really, really, really a really good deck and book. As scepters are the suit of personal spiritual power and fulfillment. The ace tells us that a surge of vitality and passion is beginning in our lives. It denotes that a seed of fearless exuberance has been planted in our life, the earliest spark of divine energy that will soon manifest into our material world, full of power and possibility. As the aces are largely beyond our earthly understanding, this energy is at its very beginning state and is not yet formulated, so we may not recognize it. I hate it when I'm live and they know I'm live, and I ask them to please not be too loud, and they just don't care. My parents act like kids sometimes. I guess they finally felt that energy and went outside. Silence. As the aces are largely beyond our earthly understanding, this energy is at its very beginning stage and it's not yet formulated. So we may not recognize it. To harness this power, we must have a goal or framework towards which we can direct that power. When we draw this card, we can be assured that such energy is being offered to us. And by allowing the free flowing energies to have a creative outlet, we will be revitalized by this power as it blazes our entire being with renewed radiance. The ambition or desire to which we employ the power of this card will be achieved by trusting in our own creative potential. This potential could take almost any form: a leap in confidence, a burst of inspiration or enthusiasm, or a creative idea or innovation. The card represents a pioneering spirit. It is an opportunity stirring in our life. By grasping this initiative with passion and courage, this new opportunity will manifest as a proposal, a gift, a professional advancement, a new spiritual inspiration, or synchronicity. In terms of relationships, it indicates that a new or existing relationship will bring deep passion and joy into our lives. Now is the time to act boldly and take risks, to think originally, and to transform our fighting spirit into direct action. The symbolism and analysis of the card. The Ace of Scepters symbolizes the spirit of our willpower, reaching for realization in the forms of life, divine energy penetrating the realm of matter. The picture shows a blazing scepter, the symbolic of the fiery creative powers of spirit, which is the basis of all external endeavors as an invisible inner impulse. Under this ace's influence, we become a lightning rod of innovation and inspiration. It burns away worn out or exhausted ways of thinking or acting, replacing them with new concepts and solutions. The Ace of Scepters, being the first card of the Minor Arcana, is the source from which all the following cards unfold. It contains within it all the potential energies of the other minor cards, and so it is potent with possibilities. It has the power to make the impossible possible, as it is limitless and unformed potency. As this type of energy is already part of us, but the aces are a very subtle spiritual nature and are often beyond our awareness. By trusting in our own creative potential, there is no limit to what we can achieve. We must dispel belief, be daring and bold, and allow ourselves to be absorbed in the thrill of our creative and personal power. By achieving this, we will propel ourselves beyond our limits, limits that are merely illusions and phantoms of our own disbeliefs. Again, these shadows, these negative energies and influences, this is the tool to use to direct that energy anywhere else, the wand or the scepter. Hexen, I told Bob we are adopting you. He said, great, another male to feed. Hello, I haven't told him your husband is adopted too. Oh gosh, Debbie, that's funny. Yes, lots of information. Right, Stephen? It's a lot of information to take in. I had been overwhelmed with starting this deck study because I knew that if I was doing it by myself, I wouldn't do it. But by doing it every week, once a week, I'm kind of like forcing myself because I have you guys that I have to, give the information to so we cannot take from it. I'm almost done, guys. I'm sorry. An hour and 37 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. I applaud any one of you guys that has stayed with me this entire time. Oh my gosh. On the Tree of Life, the aces are associated with Kether, which is the crown and denotes something being lowered from above. They are also the root of the power of the elements, not the elements themselves, but the beginnings of the elements. And so this card represents the essence of the element of fire and its conception. It is the divine spark concealed in every created form and the birth of things from the everlasting. The form of the cross denotes the four elements, which are balanced in the central jewel of spirit. The sign of the cross is widely known to be feared by vampires. And in this context, the scepter can be viewed in two ways. Thank you.
Are you doing something?
I'm almost done.
Oh. Sorry. Let me grab a shirt real quick. Hold on.
No, it's okay. You could be in here, but you're playing music. The form of the cross denotes the four elements which are balanced in the central jewel of spirit. The sign of the cross is widely known to be feared by vampires, and in this context, the scepter can be viewed in one of two ways. First, it can be viewed as a powerful magical energy that can be used to ward off negative influences in our lives, whether they be adversaries, negative thoughts, or psychic attacks. Second, it can be a sign that we must face our fears and destroy our negative thoughts. Often, the certainties and securities that we have clinging to will be shaken by the energies breaking through from this card. This can be a disturbing experience, but when obstacles are overcome, a renewal of life takes place. With upheaval comes restlessness caused by our spiritual will and creative urge to shatter a framework that has become confining, allowing our rekindled life force to awaken. The 10 roses represent the 10 Sephiroth on the tree of life, symbolizing that all the following numbered cards are contained within the aces. I missed you guys last night, but I needed time out. Oh, I'm happy that you're here, Stephen. Thank you. We have longer with Jen. I know you guys sometimes Mama Squirrel goes into like 2 hours, and I sometimes she doesn't even intend to. And now I understand what she means by sometimes one card can literally take you a whole hour. But of course, I took the whole first hour and started rambling. So I think it was really cool how last week's draw ended up in relation to shadow work and what most of us are feeling this week, right before Samhain. All right, I'm going to shuffle these, draw the next cards, maybe 2 or 3. I never intend to, right? I did not intend to be on for an hour and 41 minutes, but I missed you guys. So I wanted to give you guys something. And I felt that if I did that today, it would kind of like lift me up and prepare me for the rest of the day. Even though I woke up at 1 o'clock in the freaking afternoon. Can't believe that, but. And I think we might go to the movies, Josh and I, tonight. This has been fun. Oh, thank you, Kay. It's always fun with you guys. You guys make it fun. You guys make it fun. All right, shuffle time. I'm going to break it up into 3. What up, yo? What up, Papa Squirrel? Zoltar? Zoltar has been on for an hour and 43 minutes, and I can't believe it. It's just hanging with my besties. Right? We're just hanging out. Hey! LOL. All right, guys. Ooh. Didn't we just go over the 3 of skulls? So the 2 of skulls popped out. And she's looking at her reflection in the mirror. This is interesting for a 2 of pentacles, because usually the 2 of pentacles is a guy juggling 2 pentacles. So I'm actually very intrigued to learn what this is. A very different 2 of pentacles, and I'm excited to know what it means. We got the Wheel of Fortune. I'm just going to go ahead and do the 3-card draw. Ooh, and the 6 of Cups. Really good card to go over. I love this imagery. She looks very badass. It reminds me almost like the House of Slytherin in Harry Potter, where the snakes are associated with the cups. So the 6 of Grails, which is the 6 of Cups. First card is the 2 of Skulls, which is the 2 of Pentacles. Second card, the Wheel of Fortune. And the third and last card, the Six of Grails or the Six of Cups. And those are our next cards for the next tarot study on Tuesday, Tarot Tuesday, with Zoltar and the Tarot of Vampires. Okay, now I have to go look it up. Is that a mirror? Like, which me am I going to be? Right? That's how I feel, Mama Squirrel. I'm really excited to know the meaning for this card. Um, I'm definitely gonna. I'm pretty sure the meaning for this card has a lot of information. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna jump in the shower, get ready, and go out with my hubby. And thank you guys for sticking with me almost 2 hours. I cannot believe I've been live that long. I love you, Mama Squirrel. Sorry, Papa, I gotta go. Zoltar has been here until next time. Night all. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And I'm sorry I missed it all. Oh, it's okay, Papa Squirrel. You can always rewatch it. Loved every minute. It was a funny one, Papa Squirrel. I really squirreled away the first half, like the first 40 minutes. You can always forward that and just start the tarot study because I squirreled away big time. All right, guys, and I'm scrolling away now. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good one. Have a great day. Have a great Samhain. I'm not sure if I'll be on later tonight. I highly doubt it, but I might do a small little pre-recording or even a 20-minute live on my altar and stuff for Samhain, and I'll guide you guys through something or something like that. It's just something that I'm thinking about, but it's not something for sure. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.